we're going to look at another 3-thread option called a Flatlock. To understand what the Flatlock does so you can make adjustments if you're using decorative thread, we're going to thread up with 3 different colors of thread and do a test stitch. So let's go ahead and cut our threads again. And I know you're probably saying, oh no, not again. But, you know, remember you've got those really neat little features that allow you to quickly take your threads out, like your tension release. And you've got your disengaging loopers and your easy threading path, so you're going to thread this up real quick and be a threading pro in no time at all. Alright, we've threaded up with 3 different colors of thread, and we're going to do our Flatlock. The Flatlock tensions are set automatically on the machine, so if you don't get your Flatlock automatically, what you need to look at is making sure that your thread's seated in the tension and that you have the correct stitch selected. So let's go ahead and do a test stitch. And here is what our Flatlock looks like. And what Flatlock was designed to do was to create a seam on active wear. So you should be able to just pull this open, and this is the back. You can see it's just kind of like a ladder stitch, and this is going to be your front. And now you have a nice joined seam, and if you put decorative thread in here, it becomes a very interesting joined seam. So now that we know that this is working, let's look at what our thread is doing. Okay, when we do the Flatlock, our needle thread is what's going to pull and form the ladder stitch on the back. Our looper thread, or upper looper thread, is what's forming, you know, the decorative stitch here. And then the blue thread, which is our needle thread, is kind of what's, you know, on the side here. And if we look where our green thread is, it's actually right on the edge of the seam and helping to pull the purple thread over, or our upper looper thread. Okay, so now understanding what these threads do is going to be important, because we're going to put decorative thread in here and we're going to have to make some changes to our stitch settings. If we want to put decorative thread that shows on the seam, we have to look at the purple thread, which is our upper looper, and put the decorative thread there. If we want to do a decorative thread on the back, then we'd have to put decorative thread into the needle. So let's go ahead and let's start with a deck of Flatlock, and we're going to put decorative thread into our upper looper. So I'm going to go ahead and change threads and do another test stitch and put this into my swatch book, which is on your CD with your manual. And it's a good idea to keep these swatches so that you have a reference when you go to serge maybe in a month or 2 and you want to do a decorative stitch. You can look at what the stitches are, and you can look at what your settings were for specific threads. So make sure when you do these swatches that you keep them and put them in that swatch book.